And would you rather have a resident who gives way too much feedback or none at all?
No such thing as too much feedback. Give us everything.
Yes, and finally, what's up, College Station? I'm Grace Hollowell, and today I'm joined by Ashley Klein, one of our staff planners here at the City of College Station. Welcome to the show, Ashley.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited.
Yes, you're welcome. We love when planning gets to come on to the show and talk about all of the things that y'all have going on. It seems like there is no slow season or downtime
This is
for
true.
y'all. So it is not the busy season or the slow season right now. It is, business as usual with planning. There's always so much going on. And it's Community Planning Month, which is a great chance to celebrate all of the work that you do, because a lot of it is behind the scenes and our residents might not know just how much goes into city planning, or what the term city planning even means. So we'll be covering that today and a background on what you do for the city. So to kick things off, tell us a little bit about you and what you do.
Yeah, absolutely. So I am a long-range staff planner, which means that I work very closely with a comprehensive plan. And all of the plans that work underneath it, we have our small area plans, our master plans, and engagement that goes in between. A lot of what I do also involves demographics and gathering data so that we can make sure everybody in the different departments know exactly how many folks are in town so we can take care of everybody.
Yes, and pardon the pun, but a lot of planning goes into these long-range plans.
Definitely.
It is something that it doesn't happen overnight. There is a lot of work that goes into it. So how long have you been in the world of planning and with the City of College Station?
So in the world of planning, I began working with the city since 23. I was an intern. And I was also with the long-range division, so the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. And yeah, I became a staff planner in 24, and I've been happily working that way ever since with long range.
Yes, and is that something that you've always pictured yourself doing? Like when you were a kid, were you creating plans for your family?
Oh yeah, I had all the notebooks, all of the things, and I always knew that I wanted to work in local government because I felt like I could make a positive impact on the community that way. And honestly, I really just love hearing what people have to say and trying to make it come true. So when it comes to planning, it's something I just nerd out about all the time.
Yes, we love that. We love having our specific areas that makes us feel like we flourish and are very passionate about. And I see your Aggie ring there.
This is true.
You went to school here and decided to stay. What made you stay in the College Station area?
Oh, everything. So College Station to me is the big city.
Yes.
I came from a small town and in Groesbeck, so north of here. And yeah, all of the amenities, all of the infrastructure here just is fantastic, and the people especially. I love the community in College Station.
Yes, that is something, every episode we talk about how much the community and the people of College Station make up the heart of what we do, and why we're so passionate about serving our community. So what is one thing that you wish people knew about your department or your area of expertise?
One thing I wish that people knew, I think that we're really always listening, so that the plans are for them. Like, my job exists because there's a city that's made up of the residents here, and there's different ways to ensure that we take care of it and plan for the future. And so just knowing that when they do give us feedback and input, we really do listen. It's not just something that occurs to check a box. It really is taken to heart by everybody in the department.
And what is something that people might think of as a misconception about planning or development for a city and working in local government?
I would say a possible misconception about planning or planners is that, you make a plan and then it just sits on a shelf. Where really we have plans where, we track our implementation. That's one of the things that I help with. And you can see there's always a project going to follow through and make sure that we're delivering on the promises that we make.
Yes, and that data point is something that is really important, and that is something that our residents can look at on the website, correct?
Exactly.
So how would somebody who is curious about the comp plan, for instance, where would they go, and how would they learn more about that?
Oh man, it's always exciting when people want to learn about the comp plan because that's our thing.
Yes,
so
that's your baby, so
yes,
to speak.
yes, like please look at it. So we have a planning site on our City of College Station website, and it directs you almost directly to the comprehensive plan if you want to check it out. We also have the annual reviews. There'll be one coming out soon, and that's really an excellent way of seeing what all the departments have been up to in relation to the comprehensive plan. So there's the different statuses of the action items, and yeah, you can see the progress that we've made with this 20-year document.
When talking about the comp plan, for those who may not know, let's do a quick bullet points overview of what the comp plan is and why it's important.
Absolutely. So, like we mentioned earlier, it is the guiding document for the city. It's the 20-year plan that helps us make sure that we're taking all the steps we need to support our goals going forward. So it covers everything from development trends and data about existing conditions to transportation and mobility plans. It covers everything that goes on within the city. All of our departments are touched by the comprehensive plan, and we have action items within it, like I said with the annual review, where you can see exactly how we're trying to fulfill our goals.
So what is the biggest thing that you have learned in your short time here, from the time that you started as an intern to now? What is something that has either surprised you or the biggest thing that you've learned?
I would say the biggest thing that I've learned, or really my biggest takeaway so far, is how important it is to have a fantastic team around you. I'm super lucky. My division, my department, everybody is super easy to work with and really supportive. So if I have a project going on, they're helping me. If they have a project going on, I'm also helping them. So it's a symbiotic spot.
Yes, we are. We really live the one city, one team motto.
Yes, yes.
So what is something, this is a fun one, that most people don't know about you?
Something most people don't know about me. I'm an avid fisherwoman.
Wow, okay. So where is your favorite fishing spot in town?
Groesbeck, Texas.
Okay. So what is your favorite thing to fish for?
I would say largemouth bass.
Okay.
Those are fun. Those are exciting.
Yes, I feel like that's always the one that when you pull it out of the water, you grab the camera immediately.
Oh, yes. It's a keeper. Well, and it's a great way to spend time with the family, too.
Yes, absolutely. And before we get into the topic for today, how can people contact you if they have questions?
Oh, so many ways. So me in particular?
Yes.
So you can contact me by email, aklein@cstx.gov, my extension 979-764-3736. Carrier pigeon, walk in. If you want to talk to me, I want to talk to you.
Yes, we love getting the visitors into City Hall. It makes our days more exciting, getting to talk to people, because we get stuck behind our desks quite often. So having that interaction with our residents is something I know I find exciting.
Oh yeah, it is wonderful to see when people are excited about a project or they really care to put in that feedback.
Yes, and speaking of feedback,
yes,
talking about Community Planning Month that highlights city planners all over the nation, what does collaborative planning look like in practice?
So that really means bringing everybody to the table, all the stakeholders, bringing together staff so that we can make sure that we capture what the stakeholders are looking for, also working with elected officials just to make sure that everyone's having an equal chance to see what's on the mind of residents and how can we make it happen.
Yes, and that is something that sometimes you wouldn't really realize, like, oh, the city has these plans. They're probably just doing what they want to do. They don't want to hear from me, but that is not the case.
Absolutely not. The backbone of our plans is based off of what people tell us, and yeah, if we don't get the feedback, then we can't know what they're looking for. So it's always exciting when we have a big turnout because it's just more material for us to use.
So what are some of the key guiding documents? We mentioned the comprehensive plan, but what are some of the other plans that help shape growth in College Station?
So small area plans are a fantastic way of doing this. It's in the name. It's a smaller area that we can break out into different spaces so we can really add the feedback that we get for the area. So say residents are looking for more infill in a particular spot, then you can find ways of enhancing that, incentivizing it. And there are some other places where maybe it's a more neighborhood-centric approach. So just making sure that those more granular views are taken into account and they can be made a reality in the future.
Yes, and those small area plans, I know I like looking at those and the details of those. Over the past few years, how is the comprehensive plan that we've been talking about evolved to adapt to new challenges?
So we try to always make sure that we're capturing the newest changes in policies. So if there's a change in legislation, that it can be reflected in the comp plan, so it's all aligned. We also have included improvements in accessibility, so readability, so that when residents take a look, it makes sense and they can get the most out of it possible. We also include updates in our land use and maps in general.
Yes, that is something, accessibility is very important. I know that for me, I am not the most math-brained person, so to speak. So having it in that clear, concise language, like you mentioned, is very important to me so I can understand what's going on. And with all of these plans, public input is very important.
Oh, absolutely.
So what role does public input play in these plans, and can you share a specific example of how community feedback has significantly altered or improved a proposal or plan?
For sure. So the planning process involves a ton of engagement, and sometimes in different waves. So we'll have surveys, we'll have open houses, we'll have Q&As, all of the things. And yeah, we'll have some prompts for people to answer in the surveys, and that helps guide the formulation of the plans, our priorities. So really, citizens have a huge impact on the prioritization of goals in our plans. And an example of how resident feedback has shaped things, I mean, really, you can look at any engagement report and you'll see pages of input that we receive that's fantastic, and you can really see it reflected in the policy suggestions or the amendments that we make. So everything that people add is significant.
Yes, and what is the most impactful plan that you've worked on so far during your time here?
The most impactful plan, can I say all of them?
Yes.
Definitely, I will go with all of them because yeah, small area plans. I've been around for the Wellborn plan, I've been around for Northeast Gateway, and with the Northgate engagement as well, and naturally the 5-year update. And yeah, seeing it materialize in different ways for the different plans is really, they're all impactful in different ways.
Yeah. What is your favorite step in the planning process? Do
Engagement.
you like the engagement? Okay.
It is so fun. That's one of my favorite parts of the job, is just getting to go around and hear people's stories and yeah, make sure it gets captured, heard, and yeah, it's
being
a wonderful time.
person.
Exactly. The data side is fun too. So
Yes.
being able to get the existing conditions and help out with that, and all of it's fun.
Yes, you're like Hannah Montana with that aspect. You get the best of both worlds.
Exactly.
Okay, so going off of the engagement and public participation, there have been more than 20 planning-based public engagement opportunities that took place over the past year. Which ones stand out to you? I know I have one that sticks out to me is the walk and talk for the Northgate plan.
I was going to say that one.
Yes, I thought that was very unique. I've never seen that done before anywhere else. So how was that experience for you as a planner?
Oh, I loved it. So a lot of planning, of course, went into preparing for it. We got to use a lot of new technology for it. So Survey 123 for getting the feedback live.
Yes.
Planning out the routes and everything. Having the experience, too, of on-the-ground analysis and being able to answer questions was just a wonderful experience. And another one that stood out to me was with the Active Transportation Master Plan, because people were drawing out the routes that they use, the routes that they would like to see, and it was such a collaborative process that I felt inspired.
Yes, collaboration is very, very important. And I am a visual learner, so that's why I was so drawn to the Northgate walk and talk, because I like seeing I can look at a map and kind of get the idea, but actually being there is a great way to learn. And how do you try to reach diverse populations? Because we have a very diverse population here. We have seniors, we have young families, we have students. We kind of have a mixed bag. So how do you reach such a different population?
So this is a big question across planning in general, is how do you make sure you reach everybody? Because if you're only using a digital format, that's not reaching everyone. And if you're only using mailers, that's also not reaching everyone. So we try to do a very holistic approach. We will send out mailers, we'll do the surveys, but we'll also go around and knock on doors and give a flyer and say, hey, we're having this engagement, please join. We have, in neighborhood services, we have connections to the HOAs in the neighborhood, so they send that out as well. And really meeting the people where they are. So if we're planning for an area, we'll go to maybe the middle school and have a workshop there, or we'll go to a convention center that they're going to be at, really just to make sure everyone has the chance. I know members of the long range division were going to the Food Truck Wednesdays and handing out flyers, just trying to catch everybody. And so it's definitely a holistic approach.
Yes, and that is something that I'm sure people are very grateful for. So they don't have to come to you; we will go to them.
Exactly.
And the creative engagement ideas. I know at certain meetings there were Mad Libs and music playlists. What's been your favorite unconventional engagement method that you've worked on?
I would say, honestly, I'm circling back to the active transportation master plan again with the drawing out your routes. And I'll say the charrette activities for the Northgate engagement. Those were fantastic because you could really see people, the investment that they had in it, and their creativity, because people have fantastic ideas for the areas that they're the most knowledgeable about, because this is their area, this is their space. And so being able to see the empowerment of them writing on the map and saying, this is what I want and this is why, was awesome.
I come from a family of educators, so they are always trying to sneak learning into whatever we do.
They'll do that.
So can you share a story where community feedback changed a proposal in some way?
Changed a proposal? Again, it's one of those things where I'll say each engagement opportunity, because the content of the plans is vastly citizen feedback or resident feedback. They shape it really from the ground up, and we provide the structure, but really you see the needs and wants of the folks here coming through.
Yes, that engagement is the meat and potatoes of the meal.
Exactly, and it's kind of a testament to the planning process that it hasn't caused a huge shift in things, so we try to make sure it's reflecting people from the very beginning, so that towards the end it's not, oh wait, no, never mind.
Yes.
We're really starting from the ground up with them.
Yes, and that can sometimes be challenging, but it is also very rewarding. So what are some of the biggest trade-offs as planners that they must grapple with in a growing city like College Station?
I would say some of the things that have to be balanced are infill versus maintaining existing character. It's always a challenge, and you have to make sure that all voices are heard in it, and you can find a happy medium, because there's the infrastructure and development that we need and the character that we love, and finding a way to make sure that both can happen at the same time. That's our job.
Yes, because all over the country, really, places are growing,
yes.
And they are growing rapidly. So what are some lessons that you learned in your past planning efforts, and how have they informed your current planning practices?
I would say a big thing that is shaping our planning practices is changes in technology.
Yes.
So we have access to fantastic resources. We can see where people are, where the traffic is for foot traffic, and plan according to that. We have access to different surveying methods and data collection. So I would say maybe not so much a lesson learned, but just something we're always striving towards is staying up to date on all the resources we can use to capture what we need.
Yes, and everything is changing constantly technology-wise. So what advice would you give residents who want to get involved or make their voices heard in planning projects?
So reach out. We want to hear from them. We have a Planner on Call line every weekday. Give us a call, send us an email. It's poc@cstx.gov. And yeah, we also accept walk-ins, of course, and we have project managers on any active plans listed. Reach out to them. We have...
even hit us up on social media.
Exactly, this is true. Can't forget that. We have a newsletter also that gets sent out, so get subscribed to that. And yeah, just coming to meetings as well is a great way.
Yes, and for students and young professionals interested in urban planning or public service, what skills or experience do you recommend that they acquire?
I would say adaptability is a big one.
Yes.
Because in planning, things are always changing. There's always new challenges and new ideas that you can work with, and really developing the ability to work on a project and take on anything that comes along the way. Also, active listening. That's a big one.
So as we celebrate Community Planning Month, what message would you like to share about the importance of planning?
I would say the biggest takeaway for this is planning matters. The city that you see around you is a result of really careful planning from many years ago, and the city that you'll see in the future will be a result of the plans we're planning now. So getting involved in it is a wonderful way of having a say in the future of your community.
Yes, and one more time before we wrap things up here, where can people find out more information?
cstx.gov, our website. Gotta check out the social media that we have here. And yeah, you can reach out to planners directly with Planner on Call.
Okay, and before we go, we're going to do a quick Would You Rather game, all related to planning. So are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, would you rather attend a community workshop where people share ideas with sticky notes or one where they use Lego models?
Oh my gosh, for a visioning exercise, Legos would be so fun.
Yes, I agree. Would you rather spend the day updating maps and data or out in the community leading engagement sessions?
A balance of both.
Okay. And would you rather plan a brand new neighborhood from scratch or revitalize a historic one?
See, those are so different, but they're both really exciting. So, yeah, either one I could nerd out about.
Yeah. And would you rather have a resident who gives way too much feedback or none at all?
No such thing as too much feedback. Give us everything.
Yes. And finally, would you rather attend a public meeting with free coffee or free tacos?
Coffee, all the way. Makes
Coffee.
the ideas.
What is your go-to coffee order?
Cappuccino.
Cappuccino. Okay. That is not what I would have expected.
Full of surprises.
I would have expected you as an iced coffee type of person.
Really?
But thank you so much for being here today, Ashley. We learned a lot today, and we are so excited for all of the things that our planning team is doing. And happy National Community Planning Month to you.
Thank you. Happy National Planning Month to you, too.
And that's what's up.